You watch English movies and you understand almost everything.
You read English articles and you know what they mean.
But then someone asks you a simple question in English, and suddenly
Nothing. Your mind goes blank. The words disappear.
you feel confused, you feel frustrated, and you think, why? Why can I understand, but I cannot speak?
If that has ever happened to you, you are not alone. Millions of English learners feel exactly the same way.
And today, we are going to explain exactly why this happens, and more importantly, how to fix it.
So stay with us, because this video might be the most important one you watch this year.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our channel. I am Kate.
And hi everyone, I'm Martin. We are so happy you're here with us today.
If you are new here, welcome. This channel is all about helping you learn English in a fun, easy, and natural way.
No boring textbooks, no complicated grammar rules, just real conversations, just like this one.
And speaking of conversations, before we start today's topic, we have a small request.
Yes. If you find this video helpful today, please hit the like button. It really helps our channel reach more English learners around the world.
And subscribe if you have not already. We post new videos every day. Press the bell too so you never miss one.
Also, leave us a comment below. Tell us, where are you watching from today? We love hearing from our community.
Okay, let's get into today's topic. And Martin, I think this is one that a lot of people need to hear.
I think so too, Kate. It is such a common problem, and nobody really talks about it clearly.
So today, we're talking about one of the biggest mysteries in language learning.
The mystery of why do you understand English, but you cannot speak it?
Because this is real. This happens to so many learners. You study for months, maybe years. You understand TV shows, podcasts, your teacher in class.
But when it is time to speak, the words just do not come out.
And a lot of people think, maybe I'm just not good at languages. Maybe English is too hard for me.
But that is not true, and today we're going to prove it.
There's actually a very clear reason this happens, and once you understand it, everything starts to make sense.
There are, in fact, two completely different skills in language, and most people only practice one of them.
Exactly. So let's talk about this. Martin, do you want to explain it?
Yes, let's go. Okay, so here's the key idea. In English, in any language, there are two separate skills. Skill number one is called passive skill, and skill number two is called active skill.
And these two skills are very, very different.
Right. So passive skills are things like listening and reading. When you use passive skills, you are receiving language. Someone else is talking, you are just taking it in.
And active skills are things like speaking and writing. When you use active skills, you have to produce language. You have to create it. You have to find the words yourself and put them in the right order.
And here's the problem. Most English learners practice passive skills all day long.
That is so true. They watch English videos, they listen to podcasts, they read articles.
And all of that is great. It really is. You're building vocabulary, you're training your ear, your understanding gets better and better.
But, and this is important, passive practice does not automatically teach you to speak.
Think of it like this. Imagine you watch professional cooking videos every day for 1 year. You watch all the techniques, you understand every recipe.
Ooh, I like this example.
After 1 year, do you know how to cook?
Well, maybe a little. You understand what to do, but you've never actually held a knife. You've never actually made a dish.
Exactly. Understanding and doing are two completely different things. And it's the same with speaking English.
You can understand every word in a movie, but that doesn't mean your mouth knows how to form those words quickly when someone is waiting for your answer.
Right. Speaking is a skill of speed and automatic response. When someone talks to you, you have maybe 2 or 3 seconds to respond.
And in those 2 or 3 seconds, your brain has to find the right words, put them in the right order, think about pronunciation, and then actually say it.
That's a lot happening very fast.
It really is. And if you've never practiced doing that, if you've only ever listened, your brain is just not trained for it yet.
So it's not that you're bad at English, it's just that you've been training the wrong muscle.
I love that way of saying it. The wrong muscle. Like going to the gym and only training your arms and then being surprised your legs are weak.
Yes, exactly. You need to train the speaking muscle, and the only way to train it is to actually speak.
Now, there's another reason too, and this one is very emotional, and I think a lot of people will recognize this.
Oh, yes, fear.
Fear, that's it. So many learners understand English well, but the moment they try to speak, they become very nervous. They're afraid of making mistakes, afraid of sounding funny, afraid that people will judge them.
And when you're nervous, your brain freezes. The words you know disappear. You feel blank.
Has that ever happened to you, Martin? Even when you were learning?
Oh, absolutely. I remember the first time I had to speak in a second language in front of a group of people. I knew the words when I was alone at home, but standing there, nothing came out.
That's true, and this is so normal. It's called speaking anxiety, and it's one of the most common problems for language learners.
So we have two problems. Problem one, you have only been practicing passive skills, not active speaking skills. Problem two, fear and anxiety block your brain when you try to speak.
And the good news is, both of these problems have solutions. Clear, practical solutions.
So let's talk about those solutions now.
Yes, because understanding the problem is the first step, but taking action is what actually changes things.
Okay, solution one for the passive-active problem. You need to start speaking English every single day, even if it's just to yourself.
Talk to yourself in English. Seriously. When you wake up in the morning, describe what you're doing. Say, I'm making coffee. It's raining outside. I'm feeling tired today.
It sounds strange at first, but it works. You're training your brain to find words quickly. You're building that speaking muscle.
And solution two for the fear problem, you need to practice in a low-pressure environment first, not in front of people, not in a stressful situation.
Start with yourself. Then try with AI tools like ChatGPT or Claude. Talk to the AI. It doesn't judge you, it doesn't laugh, it just responds.
And slowly, as you get more comfortable, you start to speak with real people, maybe online language partners, maybe in a class, maybe with friends who are also learning.
The key is start small, build confidence, then grow.
And there's one more thing I want to say here, and it's really important.
What's that?
Perfect English is not the goal. Communication is the goal.
Say that again, Kate. That deserves to be heard twice.
Perfect English is not the goal. Communication is the goal. Native speakers make grammar mistakes all the time. They use informal words, they say and They are not perfect, and neither do you need to be.
If the other person understands you, you have succeeded. That's speaking. That's communication.
And every mistake you make while speaking is actually teaching your brain something. Every single one. Mistakes are not failures, they're lessons.
I really believe that. When I look back at my language learning journey, I learned the most from my mistakes, from the embarrassing moments.
We all have those moments, but those moments are gold. They stick in your memory.
Okay, so now let's move into some practical tips, because we want to give you things you can start today.
Yes, practical tips. Okay, tip number 1. Change your passive input into active output.
What does that mean exactly?
So instead of just watching a video in English, pause it every 2 minutes and try to summarize what you just heard, out loud, in your own words, in English.
Oh, that is so simple but so effective. You are taking passive listening and making it active speaking practice.
Right, you do not need to be perfect. Just say what you understood. Your brain has to search for words and put them together. That is the exercise.
Tip number 2, use the shadowing technique.
Oh yes, can you explain this one, Martin?
Of course. Shadowing means you listen to someone speaking English, like in a podcast or a video, and you repeat exactly what they say at the same time or just half a second after.
You copy their words, their speed, their rhythm, their pronunciation, everything.
It feels a little uncomfortable at first, but it is one of the most powerful speaking exercises in the world. Language schools use it. Professional interpreters use it.
And for regular learners, it helps your mouth get used to forming English sounds quickly. Your tongue and lips learn the muscle memory of English.
That's true. Tip number 3, record yourself speaking.
I know, nobody likes to hear their own voice.
Nobody does, but it is so helpful. Record yourself answering a simple question in English, then listen back.
You will immediately notice things. Maybe you stop too much. Maybe you say the same word over and over. Maybe your pronunciation of one word is not clear.
And once you notice it, you can fix it. You cannot fix what you cannot see.
Exactly. Tip number 4, get a speaking partner. This is a big one.
Yes, speaking with another person, even online, is so different from speaking alone. There's a real response, a real reaction, a real conversation.
And you do not need a native speaker. A lot of research actually shows that practicing with another learner is just as effective because you're both comfortable making mistakes.
There are many apps and websites for finding language partners. HelloTalk, Tandem, italki. You can find someone who wants to learn your language, and you can both help each other.
Tip number 5, do not translate in your head.
Oh, this is such an important one.
A lot of learners do this. They think of what they want to say in their first language, then they translate it into English, and then they say it.
And the problem is that process is very slow. By the time you finish translating, the conversation is moved on.
The goal is to think directly in English, and that only comes with practice. But you can start small. Practice thinking about simple things in English. What do I want for lunch? What do I need to do today?
Start small, make it a habit, and over time your brain learns to skip the translation step.
And tip number 6, this is my personal favorite. Celebrate every small win.
I knew you would say that, Kate.
Because it's true. Did you speak one full sentence in English today? That is a win. Did you understand a joke in English? Win. Did you reply to someone online in English? Big win.
Progress is progress, no matter how small. And celebrating small wins keeps you motivated to keep going.
And motivation is everything in language learning. When you feel good about your progress, you practice more. When you practice more, you improve faster.
It is a beautiful cycle.
Okay, now let's give you some real examples you can try right now, today, not tomorrow, now.
Yes, these are real speaking exercises. Simple, short, and effective.
Exercise 1, the morning routine talk. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, speak out loud in English for just 2 minutes. Describe everything you are doing.
For example, I woke up at 7. I am going to brush my teeth. The weather looks cloudy today. I am a little tired, but I feel okay.
It doesn't need to be interesting, it just needs to be in English. Out loud, 2 minutes, every morning.
Exercise 2, the 3-question method. Every evening, answer these 3 questions out loud in English. Number 1, what did I do today? Number 2, what was the best part of my day? Number 3, what do I want to do tomorrow?
3 simple questions, 3 spoken answers, maybe 5 minutes total. But you are training your brain to recall, organize, and speak every single day.
Exercise 4, shadowing a short video. Find a 1-minute video in English on YouTube, something at your level. Watch it once, then play it again and repeat every sentence you hear.
Pause, repeat. Pause, repeat. You can do this with our videos. Actually, that's a great idea.
Yes, use our channel for shadowing practice. We speak slowly and clearly, perfect for A2 to B1 learners.
Tip number 5, record a 30-second video of yourself. Just 30 seconds. Pick any topic, your city, your hobby, your family. Record it, watch it back, notice what was good and what you want to improve.
Do this once a week, and after a month, watch your first video and your most recent video together. You will be amazed at the difference.
That progress will motivate you more than anything else because you will see with your own eyes you are improving.
And improvement is proof that the method works. And it does work for everyone who puts in the time.
Consistency is the real secret. Not talent, not natural ability, Just showing up every day and practicing.
Even 10 minutes a day, even 5. Just do it every day. That's the secret.
Okay, now it is your turn. We have our question of the day.
And we really want you to answer this one because it will help you and it will help other people watching.
Here is the question.
When you try to speak English, what is the biggest challenge for you? Is it finding words? Is it fear? Is it speaking too slowly or something else?
Write your answer in the comments below. Be honest, because when other learners see your comment, they will think, oh, I feel exactly the same way. And that connection is so powerful.
You are not alone in this journey. Thousands of people are watching this video right now with the same struggles, and that is something beautiful.
So share your answer. We read every single comment. Everyone.
Okay, we are getting close to the end of today's episode. But before we say goodbye, let's do one final recap.
Today, we talked about why you can understand English but struggle to speak it. And the answer is you have been training your passive skills, like listening and reading, but speaking is an active skill that needs its own special practice.
We talked about fear and anxiety and how they block your speaking, even when you know the words.
We gave you 6 practical tips. Turn passive input into active output, use shadowing, record yourself, find a speaking partner, think directly in English, and celebrate every small win.
And we gave you 5 real exercises you can start today. The morning routine talk, the 3 questions, shadowing, talking to AI, and the weekly 30-second video.
You have everything you need right now, today. The only question is, will you start?
And we believe you will, because you are here, you are watching, you are trying, and that already puts you ahead of so many people.
The people who improve their English the fastest are not the smartest people. They are the most consistent people.
One small step every day, that is all it takes.
We are so proud of everyone who is on this journey. It is not always easy, but it is always worth it.
And we will be here every day, cheering you on.
So if you found today's video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It truly helps us reach more learners.
Subscribe to our channel if you have not already, and share this video with someone who needs to hear this message today.
Maybe a friend who keeps saying, I understand English, but I just cannot speak it.
Send it to them. This video is for them.
We will see you in the next video. Keep practicing, keep speaking. You are doing amazing.
Goodbye, everyone. Take care and keep going.
Bye-bye.